In a world loaded up with shock and broke dreams, we routinely find ourselves lost and searching for coordinating light. Today we present to you an account of trust, a story that will contact your heart and advise you that recovering is quite possible. In the darkest of times, God says, "My steadfast adherents will watch this video until the end." God is saying to you, tune in carefully, my expensive child. I need you to know something important that someone isn't telling you. Intrigued you any longer? Let me repeat. Someone is not intrigued you any longer. This person who you thought loved and really focused on you was, figuratively speaking, playing along with your. They were feeling like they wanted to know what they could get from you, and now that they know they've got everything, they're slowly moving away from you. Be that as it may, assuming no one really minds, remember, my significant youngster, this individual was never appropriate for yourself, and they never will be. In this world there are people who profess to mind, however truly have their own self-important reasons. They could seem appreciating, kind, yet they're anxiously or all nearly themselves at arms to understand that someone you trusted was, in a manner of speaking, using you for their gain. In any case, don't pressure, since I'm here to comfort and direct you. Like this video and buy in if you accept God is telling you these days. My esteemed kid, I really want you to know that my adore for you is vast. Furthermore, consistent, not the least bit like the people who travel every which way. My appreciate for you might very well never obscure. I won't ever play along with your sentiments, or on the other hand exploit your frailty. My affection for you is genuine, pure, and never-ending type. I'm in assuming you required this. God is telling you these days it could be difficult to see right now, yet this experience will lead you to far off better, a greatly improved, a higher, a more grounded, a superior, a more grounded future. The torture you feel these days will in the end blur missing, and you'll find recovering and self-awareness as you separate yourself from the people who don't regard you. Might free yourself up to certifiable affiliations like this video and sort. Yes, in the event that you concur, God says set aside some margin to focus on yourself. Costly kid, deal with your internal self and find the quality that lies inside you. Encircle yourself with motivation and certified associations that draw out the best in you. Love. Furthermore, regard yourself, since you merit nothing less. Like this video and type 111 if you're ready for wealth. Let me recount to you an account of the heavenly messenger's gift, recovering a wrecked heart. Sometime in the distant past there was a woman named Sarah who acknowledged she had found veritable love. She emptied her entire being into a relationship that seemed come full circle. However, as time went on, she found that her assistant didn't actually mind nearly her. It crushed her heart into 1,000,000 pieces. Getting out her inclination, lost and miserable, Sarah ended up gobbled up by feel sorry for, incapable to evade the torture. She would cry herself to rest every late evening, longing for the adore she thought she had found. It showed up as, despite the way that her reality had disintegrated around her, and she didn't have the foggiest idea how to fix her wrecked heart. Little did Sarah had any idea there was an honored courier looking after her. This favored courier saw her aggravation and got on the profundities of her distress. One night as Sarah sat alone in her room crying unobtrusively, the favored courier appeared before her with a delicate touch. The favored courier cleaned missing her tears and murmured reducing, encouraging statements. Sarah gazed upward, startled anyway by some means support by the holy messenger's proximity. The favored courier talked in a fragile melodic voice, guaranteeing her that she was in good company. You have driven forward agony, my costly however heavenly messenger said, yet I'm here to help you mend. You are more grounded then you understand, and this torture won't portray you. Sarah tuned in excitement as the favored courier kept on talking uplifting statements and trust. The favored courier helped her to remember the appreciate that existed inside her case heart and the strength she needed to beat any deterrent. As time passes, the favored courier directed Sarah on a movement of self-disclosure and mending. The favored courier educated her to get a handle on her feelings, to perceive the torture yet not let it consume her. Together they would continue long walks encompassed essentially's greatness, allowing the quietness to lighten Sarah's harmed soul. As time went on, Sarah began to feel a flicker of trust inside her. The holy messenger's closeness advised her that she was never really alone. The adore she had lost might have gotten out of void. However, the favored courier had an effect. She was meriting of an entryway that would esteem and raise her with the heavenly messenger's heading. Sarah found her case inward quality and flexibility. She started to seek after her inclinations and encircle herself with positive impacts. The favored courier reminded her of her value and urged her to get a handle on life's prospects. One day as Sarah remained on a slant looking at the stunning sunset, she understood how far off she had come. The torture that once eaten up her had changed into a wellspring of improvement and strengthening. She had not, in a manner of speaking, endured disaster, but rather had risen more grounded and more smart. Sarah went to the favored courier, appreciation making her exuberantly pleased. Thank you for coordinating me through the murkiness, she murmured. The favored courier smiled heartily, their closeness shining with the entryway and compassion. You were never alone, costly Sarah. The holy messenger addressed value will find its direction back to you when the time is right, yet until by then got a handle on the adore inside yourself and the eminence that incorporates you. Thus Sarah continued her movement, perpetually grateful for the holy messenger's gift of recuperating those scars remained. Her heart was loaded up with an as of late found trust and an unfaltering conviction inside the control of an entryway, both inside and around her. In the profundities of shock, when all seems lost, favored couriers can make an appearance to guide us towards recovering and self-revelation. Very much like Sarah, we too can find solace and quality in their presence, with their course prepared to defeat the aggravation of last revere and create with a re-established feeling of reason and a heart prepared to get a handle on the adore that is remaining by us. Like this video and sort, so be it. If you wanted this, the present request for recovering a messed up heart, finding trust in God's esteem, go over after me. Dear God, I come to you these days with overwhelming sadness, troubled by the torture of a wrecked relationship. I feel lost, hurt, and in expect of your relief and bearing. If it's not too much trouble, listen my request. What's more, offer help me beat this disaster. You are the wellspring of all adoration and empathy, and I put stock in your unbounded insight. I realize that you simply see and get at the profundities of my trouble in my lack of protection. I search for solace in your esteeming proximity. God, assuming no one really cares either way, recover my harmed heart, lift the heaviness of pity that burdens me, assist me with finding quality inside myself to confront every day with mettle and versatility. I require your heavenly touch to fix the messed up bits of my spirit. I ask for the strength to open my